until I lose myself. I get lost in the music, in the atmosphere. This is how he describes it. And he's not an individual anymore, he's not himself anymore, he just becomes part of the music, part of the whatever it is. The point I want to make here is look at this. What we find in the reality is that far from being merely advanced monkeys who all we need is, sexual gratification, food and shelter, and that's enough. Rather, no. We find that we human beings spend vast amounts of money, vast amounts of time. In fact, to the degree that we are ready to deprive ourselves of those so-called basic necessities, those animal needs that we have, we are ready to deprive ourselves of those things in order to escape, in order to satisfy some other needs that we have. So you find drunks, they will be ready to sleep on the street, not to eat for days, and be in that state. For what? For drink. Or others for music. Or others for various other things. We have our fashion worshippers, our beauty worshippers. Look at it. Look how devoted people are. There are girls, I'm sure, right now, in this country, in England and America, probably thousands of girls, right this minute, putting their hands down their throat and making themselves sick. Why? Because they want to look thin. They want to look like that supermodel, Naomi Campbell, Iman. They want to look like Cindy Crawford, Eleanor Muscleton. They want to look thin and beautiful like her because they believe, as society has brainwashed them and indoctrinated them into believing that if you're beautiful like they are beautiful, you will be successful, you will be happy, you will have what you want in life. So they are actually ready to kill themselves for that, because that's what they're doing. They're killing themselves, and many times they do die of anorexia. They die. People die for this. This is indoctrination. This is brainwashing. With what? With falsehood. You have Cindy Crawford married to Richard Gere. And woe betide, woe behold, it's Buddhist Richard Gere. I don't know, he's supposed to be a Buddhist, right? The guy, he found Cindy Crawford was not enough for him. I mean, Cindy Crawford was not enough for him. He decided he wanted someone else. So it didn't do her much good, being the fourth or most beautiful woman in the world or whatever. But people don't think about that. They just see these supermodels, and that's it. They must be successful. They must be happy. But that's not the reality. That's not how it really is. And what we find again, let's look at these gods and these goddesses of the consumer society. Let's take two examples. Everybody probably knows these two people. One I want to take as an example is Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn Monroe was this very famous, they called her, the sex goddess. The beautiful, rich, famous, successful Marilyn Monroe. So there she was, beautiful, rich, successful, famous. How did she die? How did Marilyn Monroe die? She killed herself. She committed suicide. Elvis Presley, the king of rock and roll, not the prince, the king. He died when he was 40 years old. 40 years old. He was handsome, he was rich, he was famous. What more is a human being supposed to want according to this society? Yet how did he die? He died because he used to take so many drugs. 40 years old, he died because he was taking drugs, pharmaceutical drugs. Drugs to wake him up in the morning, drugs to perk him up in the day. When he felt depressed, he would take drugs. when he tells you happy, he will take other drugs to calm him down, and then you have to take more drugs to put him to sleep at night. Does this sound like a happy, contented human being? The point is this, of all of this, is that what you must understand is it is a life. And you, I'm sure, know more examples. There's Kurt, what's that his name? Kurt Cobain, who killed himself from Nirvana, and the other one from In Excess, or was it Total Excess, or I can't remember, right? I can't even remember what his name. Michael Hutchinson, you know, something like that. And then there was this guy, Michael Hutchinson. Yeah, he was going out with Julie Yates, who used to be married to Saint Bob Geldof. Right? What did he do? Hang himself. He killed himself. Then you have, what is his name? Tommy Lee Jones, something, married to Pamela Anderson, decided to beat her up and smash his shit up. I mean, these are supposed to be the people that we want to be like that. These are the people they set in front of us, the successful ones, the ones who have made it, the ones who have achieved it. These are their examples they put forward. The reality is, we find that this society is an evidence against itself. It itself is a proof that its philosophy, its ideology, its concept is false. It's a lie. Wealth, beauty, fame does not equal happiness. It does not make success in life. And it shows that we human beings are more than just animals. We are not just animals. We are not just advanced monkeys. Because those material things are not enough to make us happy. The human being is always searching for something. It's as if we can never be satisfied with the world and the things of this world. And indeed we find that's exactly what the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, what he said. Nothing will fill the belly of the son of Adam until the dust of his grave. The only thing that will fill his belly is the dust of his grave. If he had a mountain of gold, he would want another mountain of gold. But there are some people who are excepted from that. Some people who have understood something about life, about reality, that there is more to the life than these things. That this is not the reason of life. This is not why we're here. This is not the purpose of our existence. Because there is something else about the human being. Something we are searching for. Something that we want to know. A great question that needs to be answered. And that's the question we ask. That's the question we always ask. Wherever we go, we ask it. Why are we here? What is the purpose of our existence? What is life all about in reality? Are we just here to have a good time? Are we just here to so-called enjoy ourselves? To eat and drink and be merry, to live the life, as they call it, sex, drugs, and rock and roll? Is that what it's for? Do you really believe that? And that's what I always do. I ask, what is the purpose of your life? What is the reason for your existence? And you will see how many times, ask your friends at school, ask your friends, your atheist, materialistic friends, who never want to talk about religion. That's what I always hear. Ask them, what is the reason for your existence? Why do you exist? They may say, oh, I exist because, of my girlfriend. My girlfriend, how much? Please, let's get out the violins, you know. Do you exist because of your girlfriend? Yeah, you know, he exists with his girlfriend